Margaret was going through a bad patch in her life. She had lost her job and divorced her husband. And on this day, to top it all off, everyone had forgotten to wish her a happy birthday. Her acquaintances were wary of her, as she could always ask for the money she lent them, or remind them how much she was owed. Who needs a downed pilot? And many people found themselves indebted to her, as Margaret never refused anyone. She seemed to save her money just to help, treat, and shared every cent she earned for those around her. One morning, while drinking unsweetened hot tea, Margaret noticed her reflection in the cup and smiled back at herself. Then she took a pair of earrings she had kept secured away in a jewelry box and went in search of a pawn shop to earn enough cash from them to make up for what she was lacking. Along the way, she came across a mall with a lot of commotion to be heard and seen. Curious, Margaret decided to see what all the noise and merriment was about. Margaret noticed the uproar to be a celebration in her honor and smiled once again. Margaret strolled through the mall, past outlets and kiosks for several minutes, till she came across a girl offering complimentary coffee and cake to passerbys. Margaret decided to indulge her sweet tooth and was delighted by how delicious the coffee and cake were. Margaret continued her stroll and soon found herself approaching a cosmetic shop. Having just recently opened, it was filled with clients looking to get their makeup done for free. Margaret stopped in, thinking how great it would be to be pampered for a change. The staff quickly guided Margaret to a station and sat her down in front of a mirror. As she studied her reflection during the entire process, Margaret could only appreciate how glamorous she was made out to be. Leaving from the store, she arrived at a fancy boutique. A commercial was filming inside when two guys jumped out at her and shouted that she was Day's 100th customer. Two members of the staff grabbed Margaret from each arm and let her in. They complimented her beauty and handed her a bag of chocolates and champagne. The woman almost cried of joy. Margaret walked out of the store, anticipating what else would surprise her that day, when suddenly an elderly man approached her with a huge bouquet of flowers. The woman thought for a moment that the elderly man was out of his mind, but scent of the flowers so pleased Margaret that she could not refuse the gesture. She was surprised at how her positive attitude in the morning had determined the rest of the day. And then the phone rang. Margaret was invited to a car dealership for a presentation of a new car. Once upon a time, a woman had helped her nephew buy a car from the store, and now they were calling all the customers. Margaret decided to succumb to the current of pleasant surprises and turned in the direction of the dealership. Already there, she was contemplating the new car. And the handsome man explained and showed her everything. He liked the beautiful Margaret with the bouquet and happy smile so much that he invited her in for coffee. Margaret was delighted, but only accepted the prize on the condition that she would pay for the coffee at some point, as she was accustomed to never be in anyone's debt. It was so nice to have someone taking care of her all day long. An unknown someone had given her gifts, and through all these unbelievable events, it was as if they were telling her that she was loved and appreciated. This man also said that he loved and appreciated her, but a month later, when he proposed, and she wore earrings to the wedding that she hadn't given to a pawn shop. The earrings remained as a gift, as a reminder of that amazing, unexpected, yet beautiful birthday. After all, the good deserve gifts, and in the end, they are given happiness, health, salvation, and love.